Apps Technology, Shop 25, Champion Plaza, Fama, Trelawney. Telephone 876-394-5484. Best Apps. We only deliver the best. Mukbang Takeout Restaurant is now open at Cary Park, Trelawney over North Coast Highway, serving your favorite Chinese and vegetarian dishes for lunch and dinner from 11 a.m. daily. Call them at 876-442-8983. Mukbang Takeout Restaurant for the very best in Chinese and vegetarian dishes. It does not get any better than this.
Hi there, I'm Carlene Street, inviting you to join me every Sunday on Fit FM 96.7 for We Lickle But With Talawa, a program highlighting Jamaicans who are making significant contributions abroad and their impact on our communities. That's We Lickle But With Talawa, every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. with a repeat on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Join Fit FM weeknights at 8 p.m. for News Brief, a compilation of news stories from Trelawney and neighboring parishes provided by credible news sources, with a repeat at 10 a.m. weekday mornings. That's News Brief, weeknights at 8 p.m., with a repeat weekdays at 10 a.m. on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
So here I am, the controversial Ed Wallace. I'm on Community Buzz every Monday afternoon from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Fit FM 96.7. Call me. Our number is 876-482-4944. Let us discuss topics affecting your community: education, health, community development, infrastructure, and anything else. Remember, Community Buzz, Mondays 3 to 6 on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Under the pressures of your life and it tough. No stay down, mama, time pick it up.
Hey, good afternoon. Good Monday afternoon again. Always God's Mondays are good. Me? I'm not so sure. Well, we're here this afternoon and we want to welcome you to Community Buzz. Again, this Monday afternoon with yours truly, Ed Wallace, your host. Want to just Big up Fit FM 96.7 because you know that's a dial we're on and it's stuck. Now move. All right. So we are on Facebook this afternoon as usual. We are on YouTube. We're on all the major social media platforms as well as we are on all the major radio stations on the internet, radio platforms on the internet, apps. Hey, all, you know, you go. Yeah, all the radio apps on the internet. So you can always find us. We just want to welcome you. Thank you for tuning in with us. And for those of you on Facebook, yeah, happy to have you as usual. Now, this afternoon, we're going to be having um, perhaps a couple of calls. So there are not a lot of opportunities. There won't be a lot of opportunities this afternoon for additional calls. But you can send us your text at 876-482-4944. All right. The 876 317-1991 is going to be reserved for those calls this afternoon. So when we clear those calls, we can always do the text and all of that kind of thing. But 876-482-4944, that's the number to text and do your thing there, voice note, anything. And as soon as the lines are free from our interviews or from our discussions, you can use 876-317-1991. Yeah, I want to say a big shout out to all the people in the diaspora. People like our guests that we expect this afternoon, Derek Scott and Patrick Beckford. And they have a Falmouth concern, a very local concern with which we're going to be kind of just exploring and looking at it this afternoon. So stay tuned for that discussion there. We have another discussion coming up with, India and the Crabman get some electronic surveillance film thing. And we spoke about Indian a few weeks in the past and on a number of occasions too. So this afternoon we will be talking to Indian. As soon as we get around to it, I'll give you Indian's particulars and make known to you what we're going to be discussing and how we're going to be going about it. All right, so stay tuned this afternoon. We're going to be doing all that and more. Let us now go into the minutes though, because we're not doing nothing unless we go back to go see the history and what we did and look at last week's program. Well, last week's program was about 3 weeks in one because I wasn't around for a little bit. And so we got back with a whole lot in the news. So last week we double back with respect to the swearing in of the Costas. We looked at Rockbridge. We're not stop talking about Rockbridge, I know that this afternoon, now that we're going to be having some people from the Falmouth diaspora in the States, we might have that topic being brought up. Last week, we also spoke about again, Refuge and Stuart Castle roads. All right. I see that the road there up there in near Duncan's Prospect, that road is complete. I see Councillor White just fanning his tail feathers on the projects happening there, and we hear that there are more to come. Incidentally, I was very, very correct when I mentioned White Bridge and that the water channel, the wastewater channel along the corridor running down into Falmouth Gardens from White Bridge to that side road there that takes you down to Falmouth Garden and JPS. That road is being dealt with. Baskets are being made for reinforcement of the banking of that waterway. Look good.
when I look at it, it looked real good. I'm hoping that that in the future they will also be building the wall along the other side, going back down to JPS also. But that piece of work is noteworthy, is something that we should be thankful for. Falmouth, you really, really, really should be thankful for this. There's another thing that happened. Well, this is not for the minutes, but something happened in the week. And since I mentioned the work there, we also had in the past week, we had the groundbreaking for the homeless shelter down there in Victoria Street, and we will talk a little bit more about that. I seem to have skipped the area in which I also do birthdays, which really and truly there are no birthdays of such, and that is why that was skipped. Anniversaries, we're still celebrating the Fit FM 96.7 anniversary, still carrying that through the year. And loss of life, we just want to I have a friend who has a 94-year-old grandmother who passed recently, and some of the older folks are taking time and just feeding out now.
My mother is 89. She was 89 on Friday.
Yes.
They're sleeping.
Well, happy birthday to your mother. And she has some ways to go, because the ones who are sneaking away from us are in the 90s and 100s. I think Sandra Faulkner, another Facebook friend of mine, had the celebration of 100 for her uncle she has there too. So whole lot of things going on in the up in age category. But if they're walking away now, it's not a loss, but really should have been a celebration of life, because really to go that far really is a blessing. Appointed, well, I shouldn't say appointed, but the average score that would have come out of the Bible is 70 years, which is 70 years. And we're having a lot of people nowadays doing the 80s and the 90s and so on. So we congratulate those who are still carrying on. We love you. And as you go along, families, please support your loved ones. Please support them. Don't take them up, go leave them in hospital and all that kind of thing. Please, they were there for us when they were in their heydays and bringing us to a point where we can stand on our own. So we just need to stick by them. And so for the losses, condolences to those families, and congratulations to all the birthday persons in their 90s, 80s, and all of that. Mother Meikle, happy birthday to you from Fit FM, God's richest blessings. We pray you strength to carry on. We pray you good health and everything that you would have desired that God can provide. So happy birthday to you. Yeah, moving on with the minutes. We also dealt with the continued indiscipline in our nation, woman beating off police. We look at the boys smoking on that bike, the little boys, I shouldn't just say boys, and the arguments that came out of that. I didn't want to make too much of it, because I was not so sure what was going on there in terms of what was being smoked. But as children, we know some of us used to try to smoke chocho leaf, banana leaf, and tear out the school book leaf and roll it up and try to smoke it too. So for me, it was not really a big deal in that context. But I hope and pray that we have not started at that early age to consume adult recreational substances. That includes alcohol and all of that. All right. So we had that last week. We spoke about the continuing dog bites and the fact that, the laws are being changed now, and we have to get control of our animals, our pets, and all of that. We have other scenarios too, because in some countries, in Florida, for example, people are having pet snakes, and when they're tired of them, just let them out and they become a nuisance or a danger to the community. We have introduction of strange fish to the waters, and they do a lot of environmental damage because they have no natural predators in the area to which they are introduced, and they cause problem. So, let's be careful with our pets and animals, whether they are guard dogs. Oh, and another story came up in the paper last week. Again, they should be new, but we're doing minutes, so we're going through. Some neighbor took another neighbor to court for some birds that they're keeping, and these are exotic birds, the big looking parrots and all that kind of thing, and they are noisy, very, very noisy when it comes morning, and so neighbors are taking those situations to court. Yeah, and the neighbor took it to court one. The owner was asked to either control them or get rid of them. And some of those pets are in the country legally too. They're actually, believe it or not, they're actually traded on the waters, on the high seas, coming from South America, just like how the gun them get traded. Perhaps the people bringing in those pets should be investigated for other things too. Perhaps. I mean, that is an area that, now I think of it, I would want to look, All right, so you laugh, but it's true. And then the child abuse, I didn't read of any child abuse this week. All right, not that we've heard of, right? We didn't read of any. Murder continues, and drive by, and I see one community would sign up, roll your window down when passing through this community, and all of that kind of a thing, And I'm wondering, what is happening in Jamaica? Well, I shouldn't be wondering what is happening in Jamaica, because I think we all see what is happening. The question is, what are we going to be doing about it? And again, we're going to be talking a little bit about the neighborhood watch later on. By the way, with respect to the neighborhood watch, our meeting was held as recent as last evening, and your name was being called for register purposes, and we just didn't hear any present, so somebody stepped in and apologized for you. Somebody who spoke to you just minutes before apologized for you. All right. Domestic murders and all them things. I think we're gonna continue, and we dealt with the police crash. 7 shot in St. James. Same issue of murder and all of that, criminality and what is going on. So that is it for the minutes. We're gonna take a short break now, and we will be right back. This is Community Buzz. I'm Ed Wallace, your host, and this is Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. Be right back.
Mukbang Takeout Restaurant is now open at Kerry Park, Trelawney, over North Coast Highway, serving your favorite Chinese and vegetarian dishes for lunch and dinner from 11 a.m. daily. Call them at 876-442-8983. Mukbang Takeout Restaurant for the very best in Chinese and vegetarian dishes. It does not get any better than this.
In the morning as I rise, put on my trucks, we got exercise, me want to fit, me want to fit.
There is never a break from keeping fit and maintaining great health. Join me, Mr. Fitness, weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. on Fit FM 96.7 as we jumpstart your day with fun aerobics exercises to get your heart pumping and your body moving. Get fit. It's worth it. Fit FM 96.7, Trelawney's Radio, your life, your music.
At A Gentle Touch of Care Home Health Services, Duncan's Trelawney, we believe in person-centered care. We take pride in improving the health and quality of life of all our residents. Join me. Jody Marie Bihari, Monday mornings at 8 a.m. right here on Fit FM for a gentle approach to a healthier you. That's 8 a.m. Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
The wealth of a nation is measured by the health of its people. Fit FM, in association with Lena Medical and Gynecology Center Stonebrook Vista, presents Health Matters, Wednesday and Friday mornings inside Morning Connection. Health Matters, a 5 minutes feature providing health tips on how to take care of ourselves and the most vulnerable in our community. That's Health Matters, every Wednesday and Friday morning on Fit FM 96.7.
Hi there, I'm Carleen Street, inviting you to join me every Sunday on Fit FM 96.7 for We Lickle But With Talawa, a program highlighting Jamaicans who are making significant contributions abroad and their impact on our communities. That's We Lickle But With Talawa, every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. with a repeat on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
The wealth of a nation is measured by the health of its people. Fit FM, in association with Lena Medical and Gynecology Center Stonebrook Vista, presents Health Matters, Wednesday and Friday mornings inside Morning Connection. Health Matters, a 5 minutes feature providing health tips on how to take care of ourselves and the most vulnerable in our community. That's Health Matters, every Wednesday and Friday morning on Fit FM 96.7.
No, and this another play girl, you know I'm into. So tell me what you say, yeah. Bang, bang. I've been waiting for you, my lady. I'll be on my way to you soon. All through night till morning, don't leave me. Call your work and tell them about noon. I've been waiting for you, my lady. I'll be on my way to you soon. All through night till morning, don't leave me. Call your work and tell them about noon. Hey, I've been thinking about you daily. Putting you in positions that drive you crazy. My provisions are complete accumulating. See what you're facing, you know this ain't a playtime. This is a baby in a playpen. Don't back off when time is regulating. Current of flow direct, we alternating. That's why your globe's so bright, you go on with beatings. And I've been waiting for you, my lady. I'll be on my way to you soon. All through night till morning, don't leave me. Call your work and tell them about noon. I've been waiting for you, my lady. I'll be on my way to you soon. All through night till morning, don't leave me. Call your work and tell them about me catch a prophecy. Pick a troop on top of me and your property. So set up on it properly, you have the quality. So you get the monopoly, that's a policy. So be sure, no probably, which place you wanna be. You won't face monotony. One call and me dip on your base like Odyssey. Supreme logically. Wake up to the morning tea with harmony. Wouldn't be another TC. I've been waiting for you, my lady. I'll be on my way to you soon. All through night till morning, don't leave me. Call your work on, call your work on. I've been waiting for you, my lady. I'll be on my way to you soon. All through night till morning, don't leave me. Call your work and tell them about noon. And girl, I love how you move, manipulate it. I let you do what you do, facilitate it. Can't take my eyes off of you, me fascinated. That's why you love me not true, you see your face it. And girl, me know so you don't know what to state it. Me love me sugar so brown, not granulated. Me have to spin it around and aggravate it. And yes, your habits alone can fabricate it. And I've been waiting for you, my lady. I'll be on my way to you soon. All through night till morning, don't leave me. Call your worker, call your worker. I've been waiting for you, my lady. I'll be on my way to you soon. All through night till morning, don't leave me. Call your worker and tell them about noon. No, this and no play saying. And girl, you know I'm into. So tell me what you say, yeah. Hey, bam. I mean say this and I no play tape. Girl, you know I'm into it now. And this and I no play tape. Girl, you know I'm into it. So tell me what you say, yeah. Bang, bang. I've been waiting for you, my lady. I'll be on my way to you soon. All through night till morning, don't leave me. Call your work and tell them about noon. I've been waiting for you, my lady. I'll be on my way to you soon. All through night till morning, don't leave me. Call your work and tell them about noon. Hey, I've been thinking about you daily. Putting you in positions that drive you crazy. My provisions are complete accumulating. See what you're facing, you know this and a playtime. This is a baby in a playpen.
Yes, we're back, we're back. And not only that we here in the studio are back, but we have on the line Mr. Patrick Beckford, a Falmouthian out there in the diaspora. And we have I don't know how to describe him, but the Right Honorable Derek Scott. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, guys, gentlemen and ladies, and good afternoon, Jamaica.
Patrick from O'Coil on Facebook, me not hear you again.
Oh no. As Derek will let you know that I'm wearing, a number of hats right now in terms of, I'm very busy with the denomination, and they give me a role to play. So that's what it is.
All right. So, Patrick, we hear you're busy and all that. A long time you left here, and a whole heap of people come up now who don't really know you. So, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell me what street and street number of Falmouth you're from.
Okay, God, listen to me. I usually tell people, and Derek here, I say I was born under that clock in Water Square, but technically my home is 23 Queen Street.
23 Queen Street.
So yeah, right. Yeah, a few streets away from Water Square.
Okay.
So and I'm a barrack school man, Falmouth All Age School, but I think they have Falmouth, and then I know what you guys changed it to, but when I used to go to state called barrack school, went to Nib and then went to KC afterward, went to St. Joseph's Teachers College, taught for a year at Cedric Titus, and then migrated. So, so since I migrated, I kind of veer from that a little bit. I funny enough, I just retired last week, the 30th of June.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, well, retired from a job now, and kind of immerse myself full time in the church that I'm a pastoral caregiver for, and also do other little things. I'm the president of the denominations. We have a nursing home, assisted living. So I'm the president of the board of trustee there. So a lot of things to keep me occupied.
Yeah, a young man. Yeah, a young man has to have something to do. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
apart from that, Patrick, you have never really left Jamaica or left Falmouth per se, because
not really, because what happened is and as Derek and others would tell you, what we started first, because we're a part of what we usually have. A lot of people don't know. 40 years and younger don't know of an organization called Conquerors Club. My great buddy and friend from kindergarten right up till his death, Bol was we call him Idi Amin at that time, president for life. But we're a big part of that organization. So that coming from Jamaica, we were matured in the 70s and coming with that patriotic fervor. We went back, we were in the United States, and we bonded together still, formed like Friends of Trelawney, and created the picnic, which is the largest gathering of any group of Jamaican that is non-commercial outside of in the diaspora. So we usually have a picnic with 10,000 people from Trelawney, from all over the world, gathered for that one Sunday in May. So the COVID kind of knocked it off for the past 2 years, but it should come back.
So this year we did it virtually.
From it, that was it. And I mean, for those who are unaware, I mean, we were instrumental in making sure that the cruise ship pier, was built, because at one stage during the thing, when we had a change of government, they were hesitant to complete that project.
Right.
And
Patrick, the thing is, as of now, we won't allow you to be a stranger to us. So we have a situation here now with which you are concerned. I think we're going to get back there. Same process. We're going to get back Derek on the line. But in the meantime, let us begin the conversation concerning the immediate concern. Let us introduce that until Derek gets back on.
Okay, so here's my take on the. A lot of folks are unaware, and the sad part of it is that a lot of the decision makers of farmers have no knowledge of the history of farming.
1 second, 1 second, Patrick, because Derek is now back. All right. So I want to give him a run starting right now in relation to this same topic. So Derek, tell us where you start, because Patrick is starting nicely, but you in our pre-discussion you went to a deeper route. So bring it on, please.
When you say deeper route, okay. Well, I was informed that because of that there are plans afoot to erect a statue in honor of one of our beloved son, Usain Bolt. That has been mooted for quite some time, and it is going to become a reality very soon. I understand that the statue is to be placed in the vicinity of the fountain.
Before you go any further, Derek, there are I know there are still people who might not know who Scotty is.
Okay.
So
all right. Let me give a quick synopsis. As Patrick alluded to, Falmouth is my hometown. 17 Pitt Street at the corner of Duke Street, just in front of St. Peter's Anglican Church. That's where I reside, on the road that if you go to the library and you go to Pond School. Most people don't know it as Pond School, but we know it as Pond School because there are a whole heap of bullfrog and all of that usually surround us when we usually go to school. And most people might not know what is a bullfrog, but we'll get to that after. But and then everybody know me. I work for RGR for many years. I worked for Hot 102 for many years. I worked for Radio West for many years. And one of my pet projects when I was president of the North Trelawney JCs was to revive the Trelawney Chamber of Commerce. And I end up being the president of the chamber for over about 5-6 years. But I will, as I am ending on that, I will just come in with the chamber. The first time water flowed in the fountain after not working for years and years. When I became president of the Trelawney Chamber of Commerce, 2 projects I took on. It was about 3, I think, or 4. The resuscitation of the fountain and installing a brand new clock in the square of Falmouth. The first time water flowed in the fountain after many years was the Thursday afternoon when they installed the then Custos, who's now deceased, Roy Barrett, the Governor General, then Sir Howard Cook. turned the switch on, and water flowed in that fountain after many, many years. They
the concern, really and truly, as we get at it, they're outlining the history for us. But the concern is that at some stage, they're under the impression that the fountain is going to be removed, or the historical, what should I say, and the historical significance of the fountain and Falmouth getting water how many years before New York and all of that, that history will be eliminated by virtue of the replacement, what they believe to be the replacement of the fountain with the statue of Usain Bolt. I think they have that concern, and not only did they come with concern, but as I understand it, they will be examining solutions that could be used. Because as I understand it again, it is as if Falmouth is becoming a victim of its own history, in that we have such a rich history and such a big story to tell that we don't have space for the landmarking of that story. And so we're doing either or. So in the case of the statue of Mr. Bolt, and the fountain is either one or the other. Now, the question that is bound to come up is whether or not both cannot continue to coexist, that is, and we have the two pieces or the two pages of history being recorded in pretty much the same spot, but not one on top of the other. Essentially, having both of them being able to be presented. Derek, continue. I was trying to give some background in the meantime, but please continue.
I'm trying to remember where I was.
All right. You were at Chamber of Commerce, Howard Cook, all of that, putting water into
Yes. Okay. So yes. So the fact that we had it going, and we dealt with the whole restoration. But I was saying at my last visit, which was at the funeral for former member of parliament, I noticed the town has changed dramatically. Most of the Georgian buildings are gone. So I don't know. I am still trying to find. I think the only two buildings that we can look at in the town is Nib School building and the Barrett Brown building. Apart from St. Peter's Anglican Church, William Nib Baptist Church, and the Jewish whatever cemetery, which is down on Duke Street, and the courthouse. And the market. There is basically it has gone. But what I'm saying that we cannot sacrifice Water Square for the statue. I believe that we should find a place for it. I understand from information that I gleaned today that the plans have already been approved for the statue to be erected. I understand that the mayor told a meeting that the fountain is to be modified reconstructed. The bowl is to be removed, and that the plans have already been approved, and that the foundation and the bowl does not form part of the preservation of water square. The water is what is provided for, and not and not the flow. So I don't understand.
All right, so Patrick,
And I'm gonna let Patrick come in, but I want to just say,
that's what I was about
yeah,
to do. Patrick,
go ahead.
give me your take on what is happening. All right. Now that we've had the history, we're having a clash of I don't know. We seem to be having a clash of history. As I said, Falmouth an historic town with too much history to physically put on the ground. What is your take on it?
But my take, I am like right seething here. I mean, because we're back in the days when they probably would shut down the town already. But there's a lot of passive people around. And here's the thing. I can take it back a little bit. 2019, Falmouth should have been celebrating 250 years as a town. We're older than the United States. May 1769, the town of Falmouth was created by law. I did a research on that. Okay, and I'm saying this to tell you that we were planning from the diaspora. Garth Wilkinson, the former mayor, was involved, and a couple number of Falmouth, and we're planning a year-long celebration of 250 for 2019.
I recall.
I came down to Falmouth and I presented it to members of the council, not the Chamber of Commerce, and to the council, a plan that was made. And I'm going to tell you something in relationship to the statue, just so for you to know what we were thinking ahead, because we know that Usain was there. And what we said, what the part of the plan for the 250, we were going to leave a legacy project. And we, at that time, the old police station and barracks and Rodney Street was left and in disrepair. I had a connection with a professor at a very Ivy League college who gave me the assurance that that university would have contributed by refurbishing that building if the parish council would give it to us, to make it into a museum, a track and field museum, and a Hall of Fame museum for track and field people in Jamaica. The young lady who was heading that, who would have the head chairperson of it, was a famous Trelawney Olympian by the name of, Dorothy Scott. She ran for Jamaica. She was a medalist in the 4x400, I think, in Atlanta.
I remember
but
that.
That was the plan. And that then we were saying the proposal, the entrance of that thing, we would have put a statue of Usain Bolt and everything. And the mayor had the plan, and the parish council had the plan, because I personally presented it to them. So to destroy the water square and take out and they did it already with to open for the pier, and they changed the design, because none of these people know anything about the history of Falmouth. None of them. The mayor, as soon as it's just a job him up by 5 o'clock, gone back up at Trelawney. No plan. That's what the system is saying and what it gives us. But the thing is that, why are these people so dumb and come in a town and decide to change it the way they want? It's ignorance and arrogance combined.
All right.
You understand?
All right, Patrick.
Yeah.
What would be your response to the people who would say to you, one, that you all want to keep Falmouth as a museum? You want to keep Falmouth out of the whole business of commerce, and on top of that, you're fighting against Usain Bolt.
This is not have anything to do with Usain Bolt, because would they take a statue of Trump and put it on the White House? Would they take a statue of Queen Elizabeth and put it in on Piccadilly Square in London? Would you go anywhere? Martin Luther King's statue is not in the middle of Atlanta, Atlanta, and change it up.
It's an Auburn Avenue in Atlanta, right. But it's not in Atlanta Square.
Donald Quarry, some Harbor View. Where is this statue? At the National Stadium. We applaud Usain Bolt, and it's not personal, because now everybody in Jamaica, as soon as you say something in disagreement, either you're bad mind or you don't, or you don't like. It's not about that. Mm-hmm. It's about my tone that was created in 1769, and the water square it produced water in our homes before Manhattan. Mm-hmm. We had running water in our homes before Manhattan. So these people who say they're parish councillors or whatever, I don't give a rat's behind. I can talk as I feel, because I know they're a bunch of dummies who get positions and are not doing anything but trying to line their own pockets and them friend pocket and change up the tone to do all these stuff. I come there sometimes and I'm so annoyed. Some of the buildings, Baptist man, and Street.
Well, you cool down. Let me give you a second to cool down, Patrick, while I state a caveat here. The views expressed. The views expressed by Patrick are not necessarily the views of
Exactly. Listen, I would challenge any one of them.
All right, preach it, Patrick. Go ahead.
And it's not. Listen, I'll tell you something. When I presented to the mayor, when he got reelected, let me tell you a quick history about this mayor, and I can tell it. The reason why that 250 celebration came into my mind.
Patrick, one second. Just be careful not to label or slander. Just be careful. Whatever you're saying,
I'm not libeling.
Let it be recorded facts, please. All right?
No, I'm giving a fact.
All right.
The reason why this 250 came into mind, the Lord Mayor of London was celebrating Falmouth in England 350 years as a town in 2011. Mm-hmm. They had a thing that they're going to have a banquet called Falmouth Around the World, and all 12 other Falmouths around the world were supposed to call into their banquet and bring greetings. Mm-hmm. They wrote a letter to the then Mayor Gager, and they could not get him, and he would not respond. I called because somebody in England said, "Oh boy, when you can't get Falmouth in Jamaica, I know one man from Trelawney. If you tell him that, he's going to get something work." I was able to get, because the mayor did not participate. It was the Costas, it was the then councillor for Falmouth, Garth Wilkinson, and some other people who participate and represent. The same Usain Bolt's publicist then, Carol Beckford, gave a Usain Bolt thing for them, which added. I have the book where the Lord Mayor sent it to me and thanking me for the thing. So from that point, I was suspicious of the mayor not having the tone at heart. You understand? And so therefore, that leap forward to know, how can they think? I'm talking to you and I'm looking to a poster size picture of the whole water square right in my office space in my house. That's what I'm looking at. You understand? With the original thing. So these guys, I'm calling on the people to really get up and go to the parish council and protest him and tell him, say, no way. We want a different spot. Right beside the courthouse, they could put the statue looking at the water square.
Okay. Apart from protest, both you and Derek, what are you proposing could be a resolve for this particular situation? Given that you see a problem here.
Well, the problem is that. Go ahead.
Okay. If you're coming from Spicy Nice Bakery, heading to the fountain, before you reach the fountain, there's a little round area that is there as well.
There's
Am
a
I
big
correct?
space
Or
here.
that
Yes,
has
there's a big space right in front of Miss Reese.
Bingo.
why can't it go right in front of Miss Reese?
There's a bingo.
Listen, man, listen. You can sister although you come from Martha Bray, you know Falmouth.
No,
A back school, Mago. A back school, Mago. A back school, Mago.
No, yeah, but I'm saying, it's not that we don't want Usain Bolt statue in Falmouth. I am saying, don't destroy the fountain. The space in front of Miss Reese, use it and put the statue there.
Right.
We thought, because since you want it prominent in the square, you don't want it off the square in beside courthouse. All right, drop it right there. So
And
don't
for those
go.
who don't know, Miss Reese is right in front of courts.
Yes,
For those who don't know Miss Reese, in front of courts.
Those patties you have to eat them hot.
All right, and even Miss Reese's history too, you know. Even Miss Reese is part of
course.
history. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because
so you're
Right,
saying
we need, and one of the proposals we had made to the council and everybody is that we need to really look, because there's so many people from the parish, and especially in Falmouth, are prominent people that we need to, we set up a hall of fame or something, like Teacher Cook, like Dudley Cadian, like all these people were staples in the town and everything. And with the town that I grew up, and never have a key to the house that I live in, because we were such a peaceful people.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick, I will come in. I don't know how much of you guys have visited Atlanta, but in order for Atlanta to honor the hosting of it was 96 Olympics.
Yeah.
The 96 Olympics. They build what is called an Olympic Park. Do you know what is in the Olympic Park? The blocks that are on the floor are names of outstanding Atlanteans, as well as if Julia wants to put a stone down there with her mother's name, she can do that. All what I'm saying to do, since you're pedestrianizing the square, just make the square a square. You have Usain Bolt there, and then you take the same concept of Atlanta, where you have all these, because the square is so big. So you will have, and one of the things that when you go to Atlanta, you go to the square, everybody is looking down on the ground, and everybody is looking on the names. This is something that can happen with Water Square. Now that you're looking at remodeling it one more time, because it was remodeled already for cruise ship. You're going to remodel it now for fastest man in the world. Might as well you just remodel it for all of those. You have Lawson Shearer, you have Alan Douglas, you have Cedric Titus, you even have Julia Meikle, who have made her contribution in broadcasting. So and her mother, God rest her soul, was a very sweet and outstanding.
Her mother is alive. If you're talking about Julia, she celebrated her birthday last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you extend my congratulations to her? But an outstanding nurse like that, her name, so and that is something that we all must come together. That's why. My concern is that there is no group in Falmouth who can stand up and make proposals concerning things in Falmouth. If, as Patrick said, if we were still there, it would be a problem.
Yeah, but and I endorse what Derek is saying, because the thing is, I mean, the whole pedestrianization, because it was suggested because in my visit to Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's where the square came in, and I made reference to it that they could pedestrianize the square. God, they did it, but the sad part, they changed the water square, and you can't change Falmouth, to make it modern. I mean, there was a plan also to, like build the buildings, you have commercial downstairs and living upstairs. But everybody come and they want this thing, and pretty soon they want to build a hotel inside it, like a
Patrick,
yeah.
Patrick, I'll quick intervene and just I'm wrapping up. I'll just quick intervene to say that there's a place close by me where I am in Virginia called Williamsburg.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to Williamsburg, they have remodeled Williamsburg, and it is a pedestrian city.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, hundreds, thousands of people go there every day just because of the history, just because of the way how the town is kept, the amount of money that the shops and the amount of money that is brought in as a result of that. But we have not we have not done Falmouth in the way that it is to be done. We just change and change and change.
All right,
and
so
change.
hear this, gentlemen. We have a concern, which is the proposed, what you call it, sacrifice of Water Square for a very important monument, another very important monument, that which is the statue of the great Usain Bolt. We have that problem. We have the clash of history there. We are saying, as I hear you saying, is that both can be accommodated and more.
Yes.
In the same vicinity. All right? If I'm hearing you correctly. Now,
exactly.
Patrick may have been a little bit less diplomatic than Derek is required.
Well, I am a diplomat, so I have to stay there.
But the question,
I'm a preacher, so you guys have to eat it right there.
Patrick, you know I will bonfire too. You know that. All right. So
yeah.
But the position we're at now is that I am not sure that we want to continue to be at odds with each other. So the question now is, where do we go so that everybody is sitting at a table and all the interest groups have a seat at that table so we can determine how we want to go and how this can be resolved without anybody necessarily feeling left out or feeling shafted in the whole process. And especially without the town of Falmouth, especially without the town of Falmouth itself being shafted.
Let me shoot the first. The fact of the matter is that the draft has already been completed and has already been approved by the powers that be. And the fact of the matter is that this thing is supposed to be completed by November for the grand unveiling. I think the horse has gone through the gate already, because the thing has been approved by the powers that be, and I understand that it is supposed to be placed in the town hall for public viewing, which is after the thing has been done. I don't see, we here just talking, I don't see anything that will now change what is already in trail already.
The engineering attitude is that nothing is impossible. It might need a bit more resource, but nothing is impossible. Go ahead, Patrick.
I'm going to disagree with my brother here. What I'm thinking is that, okay, we have a council for farm. We have a council for Matabry, which is Falmouth and Matabry together. You have to call it the same town.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should take the lead as leaders and say and get them. I think the member of parliament from Falmouth sit down together and say to the council, this cannot happen because change it. Listen, it's as Derek alluded to earlier. We're gonna put it right in front of Miss Reese's shop. This is where the thing is, and this is the best place for it because it's a vexing issue. It will people going to destroy it if they don't like it.
No, 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 no. I will. No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no,
I
no, no,
will.
no, no, no. I'm
No,
just
no, no,
saying
no,
before.
no, 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 no. Patrick,
Wait,
I will.
Derek,
I
let me
no, no, no.
finish.
All
Let me
right, let me
explain
moderate. Slow
myself.
down,
I
slow down, slow
Derek,
down, slow
let me
down, slow
explain
down,
myself.
gentlemen. Slow
But I'm
down.
just saying to you, if people don't like something misguided folks will try to damage it or do something because they don't like it.
Mhm.
That is a reality of what we have.
Well, the truth of
And
the
so,
matter,
in other words,
Patrick, the truth of the matter is that even not liking it, if it is not appreciated, like Water Square before now, where we pack it up a garbage and allow homeless people to wash clothes and hang on the sides of it and all that kind of thing, it won't be protected. So
exactly.
that is general with monuments, and in a country where we don't appreciate history in the way that we could have, it can happen. So let us not take it down necessarily to a dislike of a statue, because in a
Yeah.
sense also it could be taken that some people could take away that it is permissible that if you don't like it, destroy it. And we don't want to go that route. And I think that is what
No,
Derek
no,
was protesting.
and that's
I think that is
that's what
what Derek was
happens.
protesting.
Yeah, that's
yes,
what happens.
yes. I wouldn't want it to be said that it was heard by us uttering that.
No, no, I'm just
And
saying
yeah.
people. It usually happen when people don't like stuff.
No, we
But
just
the other thing that I'm looking at,
Patrick, you don't want to be running a self-fulfilling prophecy. That is what Derek is saying, and that is what I agree with.
yeah, listen to me. The other thing that I'm looking at in terms of it, and like Derek said, is I mean, you can it's a nice way to even to get I mean, build the money there from hey, we could nominate some people and put them, and we say, how much it costs? $1,000. We put $1,000. We want my friend name as one of the blocks inside there because
Yeah,
it
but
takes
you paid for it in Atlanta. If you
right.
wanted to go there, you pay for it. You pay the
Exactly.
money to the council, and the council put in the blocks.
And put in the blacks and even
Mhm.
around the market because you could utilize the thing. I went when I was in Bahamas. I go in one of the square and it's all photographs of people who are famous, in Bahamas and all that stuff. Nicely done. People walk in there, I go take picture inside of it because it looks so nice. You know, I mean, so the whole thing is that they're saying it can create commerce in farmers. A statue is not going to do that. If the statue was somewhere with added attraction, because just like when the ship start to come to farmer, then people usually come down, they can stand up and watch the ship. That has gone. When last
The
year the ship
novelty
come
is
in
gone.
there, nobody now come there.
The novelty is gone.
Yeah,
Everybody noticed that.
right. So we have to really look and say what the statue will. Yeah, for we're going to cost a ray for a couple of weeks and everything, and everybody take them picture, blah blah, and take it and done. And after that, it's done. It's gone. Become a pigeon nest and all
But
and stuff.
but Patrick, just to piggyback, I think with the statue, then the Chilana municipal should remove from the town hall and find a proper place, and the town hall be developed in such a way
As I
that that is
understand
the
it, as I
historical
understand
center.
it, as I understand it, there's such a plan afoot, to move town center
Okay,
down to Marthabury,
that's it.
Market Street end of the Marthabury end of Market Street. So there is plan afoot. There's about 11.
Okay, so you're saying Falmouth is coming back home to Marthabury?
No, the parish capital is coming back to Marthabury. The parish capital is coming back to Marthabury.
No, I just said that to evoke some laughter because the capital was Marthabury at one time.
But
but
we have to find a way. Even in this discussion, we have to find a way to catalyst the process of a discussion, to start something if we need to make changes. Now, let me tell you something, fellows, gentlemen. Let us not forget that we have also a history that draws us back every time we open our mouths. And that is the fact that Falmouth has been a soft PNP political garrison for years. and we have been very
No,
divided along.
no.
We have been very.
Hold on. No. Hold on. When you say garrison, please, sir, I don't live in a garrison.
Stronghold.
No. Please fence up. Please fence
No,
up your argument.
I'm not about to fence anything. Derek, I'm not about to fence anything. Derek, I'm not about to fence anything in that regard. The fact of the matter is that the fact of the matter is, Derek Scott, you lost a Shearer was shot in the square of Falmouth.
No, he wasn't shot in the square of Falmouth. Your history is wrong. He was shot at the bottom of Duke Street.
Yeah.
Okay? So get your history right.
Hey,
the long and short.
Hold on, Patrick.
The long and short. The long and short. The long and short.
I didn't live in a garrison town.
You don't.
Neither
Okay.
do I.
The Pitt Street, then near the bottom of Duke Street. Anyhow, the long and short is that we have had an almost separatist kind of approach to life in the capital. And so I am wondering now, how are we going to come to dissipate the impact of that kind of history, so that if and when we get to the bargaining table, the table for discussion, all of that, the whole concern will be about Falmouth, the development of Falmouth, the Water Square, Bold statue, rather than our political soapboxes.
I have an idea. And let me put it. I'm going to put it right in the lap of Fifth FM. Fifth FM is our radio station in Falmouth, and I've always said it, and I'll say it again. I want to congratulate Julia for this foresight and for this contribution in terms of broadcasting. Here we have a major thing. I think what Fifth FM should do is put together a town hall meeting in Falmouth, where we would invite the mayor, Heritage Trust, and all the players for a town hall meeting to hear from the citizens of Falmouth. So the designer, the mayor of Falmouth, and all the persons that involved will have a town hall meeting. Where it happens all over. Here in America, when there's a concern, a television station or a radio station or RJR2 even do town hall meetings. This is a Trelawney thing. I think that Fifth FM should consider of arranging a town hall meeting and bringing the persons involved to talk to the citizens of Falmouth very, very soon, and so that they can hear their growls, and so that there can be the
management is aware. Management is aware of your suggestion. Management is aware of your suggestion. One of the first things that Fit FM is going to attempt to do is to get the other side of the story from the municipality, because you've presented one side, yourself and Patrick, you've both presented one side. And so we would love to give the municipality an opportunity to respond. And then we can perhaps get to that tone hall that you're talking about. Perhaps. I'm not.
No, I understand, but this is not a perhaps. This is a community effort that I think you guys should run to. At that same time, the council would respond to the public in generally, and they would ask questions. But anyway, I can't run. You understand how you run your thing, so you want to hear from the council. That's fine.
Man. In fairness, you have to hear from them, and then we all go to the table.
Okay.
If we go to the table. By the way,
I hear you.
Is it am I to understand, because I don't know for a fact, that there will be a presentation of the plans for Falmouth Square with respect to the statue coming up soon? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
Well, that's what I hear. I hear that the drawing is supposed to be presented.
Oh, the drawing.
But the question I need to ask you, because wasn't Falmouth declared a heritage town by UNESCO?
Yes, it was.
Are we not a signature to that anymore?
Yes. Why?
No. Yes, go ahead.
Yes,
Derek,
why?
weren't you a part of the Chamber of Commerce when UNESCO declared Falmouth a
To the best of
heritage
my
site?
knowledge, yes. To the best of my knowledge, yes, Patrick.
I don't think it was in my time, but yes, it was. It's part of the
Right.
heritage. Yeah.
And that's why I'm looking at all these changes that these guys are doing.
But Patrick, the
Yeah.
the plan is approved by the Heritage Trust. So what are you talking about?
And you know, one of our friends was a member of the board, and he's stupefied that the Heritage Trust would sanction such
Leave it
something.
alone. As Mr. Wallace said, leave the names. Don't call them by the name.
I said my
I
friend.
can't take a suit.
Heritage
Yeah.
Trust. Heritage Trust is not a name; it's an
Okay.
entity. No, I
Okay.
said, I said we have a friend.
But
Yes, you do.
But the interest, the interest of
they-
heritage
people
and
are
history now.
stupefied that they do these things.
In the
You know,
interest,
when I look at the Mans, oh my God,
neither history,
William Mans.
Patrick, come on, man. Neither history nor heritage is static. We make it as we go along. Yesterday is history, and Bolt's running was yesterday. So we're trying to preserve that, to fossilize that part of our history as we speak. So there's nothing wrong with that, Patrick. I don't think there's anything to object to with respect to the approval of the Heritage Trust.
No, but they're entrusted to maintain the facade of the town, because that's what is being sold to people. You know, this is a Georgian architecture town laid out and all that stuff, and people are still going there to expect to see that.
But I don't know that is changed by the statue
being destroyed.
I don't know that is changed by the presence of the statue.
You know, so,
if you want to argue that,
there has
Patrick,
to be a way out instead of, just changing the water square. There has to be a way out, and you know, I hope better people, you know, sit down and talk. You know, and you know, I'm challenging the councillor for Falmouth, you know, to take the lead.
But
you know, because
that's a different issue, though, Patrick. That's a different issue, because the statue will not disrupt or destroy the Georgian architecture any at all. If we are able to accommodate both the fountain and the statue in the same space, right? That would be the only issue. The wider issue of what you speak is something else.
I mean, and I'm in agreement with that, but you know, and it's just that, you know, like I said, when you don't know something, you know, and you're going to act like you're a big man about the place. That's the thing. You know, I mean, the ego of our people in charge, you know, that's why we get into trouble, and we have this discord, because you know, nobody listens and says, okay, we're gonna do this thing. You ask questions, you know, and everything, you know, and that's why we need leaders who don't think that they can play the drum, they can play the cymbal, they can play the trombone and everything. You have to get everybody to make the band, you know, the marching band,
I agree,
the cohesive and beautiful thing that it be. You know, everybody have the thing.
I agree, but
right now we have some people just hold on to everything.
Right.
Okay, my
Here what
decision
now,
on the
Patrick?
highway.
Hear what now, Patrick? I am not sure that if we're going to have dialogue, dialogue can be based on, you know, personal accusations in any way, shape, or form. And I'm suggesting that if we can just calm down, and you and the interest groups that you may represent, friends and everybody from Falmouth, are so concerned about this issue that a collective approach be taken, and at the very least, a letter be written to the council asking for dialogue, or rather to the municipality asking for dialogue on this issue. Because if we continue to quarrel, it's going to end up with the one-upmanship of elections perhaps having consequence, which is not really where we want to go.
On my part, I'm not quarreling. I'm just expressing a concern. So there's no quarrel here with the moderator. There's a concern expressed.
I'm very passionate when it comes to my town, and there's why I tell you, and express myself. Sometimes I might say things that make hurt people think, but it's not personal. This is a tone, and I think, and I've seen, for a long time we've been doing all these changes and all that stuff without regard for the history, without regard for the feelings of the residents of the town. I'm still a taxpayer there.
But even in resolving those issues, Patrick, even in resolving those issues, we have to also be cognizant that soft answers turn it away, right? We have to be cognizant of that, because
yeah, I hear that.
But Mr. Moderator, you're always saying we are not hostile, we are not quarreling. We have just expressed some concern. We're not trying to bring up any.
There's a background issue, Derek. I don't know who is having a background issue there. I beg of you.
I didn't.
All right. So Derek, you were saying that you're not quarreling.
I'm not.
Say that again,
passionate.
Derek say is not quarreling. And Patrick is saying that it is passionate. But I'm saying to you, Patrick in particular, that the passion sometimes we have to be able to control it, because that now breeds passion on the other side of the table, which eventually result in no progress.
Listen, I hear you. But sometimes, I know, it's not about right or wrong. It's about, a matter of, if you're saying something and doing things contrary to what you're saying and what we're saying about the township, it's a regard. I bet that there is nobody who is from the town involved in the decision making. Because if there's somebody from the town who knows the history or knows the town, would say no, that is not gonna fly, like what Derek said.
Somebody could be there. Somebody could be there, Patrick, saying yes. Somebody could be there and saying yes.
Pardon?
Somebody could be there saying yes. Just as you're confident that that person would be saying no. I mean, there's no
I'm
reason.
not saying they would be saying. I won't say they would be saying no. But concerns would have been raised, and people take a look. The thing is that everybody's thinking that people said they don't want this statue in the square. No, that's different. But we're saying you cannot put it at the expense of destroying the historical landmark and the history of the fountain. A lot of people don't even know why the fountain was built.
I'm suggesting to the diaspora. No, man, the fountain wasn't really built, The water used to come from Waterville. There's some wind there. The water used to come from Waterville in Martha Brae and flow directly by aqueduct down into the center of Falmouth. That is how that first bowl was built. Yeah? And so after that was pulled down, after we dispensed with that aqueduct, then we went into just retaining the bowl for historical purpose, and we have seen changes over the years. So there is value to what you guys are saying, and there is value in both sides of the history. The thing is to find a way to accommodate both. Your proposal is put bold statue in front of Ms. Reese, and my proposal is that we need to start dialogue.
And nobody disagree with you. We agree with you 100%. But what Derek is saying, and I think is a brilliant idea. Why don't you use your station and says, okay, we know there's passion. Let's have this. Talk where all of us can talk together and says, okay, why blah blah blah. We feel this is how we think and the thing, and cooler heads can prevail where everybody is happy.
I'm sure management will look into it. I'm absolutely sure that management will look into the logistics of that, how it can be done, and how it can be worked out. But in the meantime, I still say to the people having concerns, both in the diaspora and here at home, begin to write letters to the municipality and direct them directly to our mayor. Direct them directly to His Worship the Mayor.
They'll receive my letter by the morning because I have a letter written already to go and send to everybody.
All right, so
and even to Andrew on this.
All right, so mobilize and have that that kind of a what should I say, start of communications between people concerned and the powers that be to make it known that there is this big concern and we need to settle it in the interest of Falmouth, and in the interest of the history of our descendants. All right. I want to thank you, gentlemen.
And trust me, they know that they would have heard my voice and Derek's voice and other people's voice about it. They know that.
I want to thank you.
Guaranteed.
I want to thank you, Derek. I don't know if I did a fair job, gentlemen, of moderating this discussion.
No, we appreciate it. I appreciate it.
All right, cool.
Hey, you can never agree on everything, you know. But at least we got the discussion, and you know we got some good things out of it.
I appreciate that.
Suggestion. We can give them an alternative and say, okay, let's stick together and do it, because it doesn't matter where you place it in terms of right in front of Miss Reese, because you're not going to have to do no drawing or anything. You can just shift it. It's the same compound. You just shift it from the living room into the den, on the veranda. That's the way I said. Move it from the veranda. And put it
I find, Patrick, that the word just is the most expensive word in the world. Usually not as easy as just.
Yeah, well,
I want to thank you both. Go ahead.
Thank you, man. And anytime.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to thank you both. Derek Scott, as always. Patrick, for the first time I'm talking to you on air, but I hope to have many more of this kind of discussion. Fit FM 96.7 is a Trelawney station with the community buzz. Trelawney station, and Julia said to the world, Community Buzz is a community program in the parish, and I think this was a phenomenal sit down and talk, and we have much to chew on.
Me. Don't be a stranger. Send me. You have my WhatsApp. Send me anything, and I'll blast it even on my page, because my page is very popular.
All right, good. Right? Thank you, Derek. As always,
right, keep up the good work.
Thank you ever so much, sir. Derek, as always, thank you, and I hope we will take it to much further than here. All right, this is Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. You're in the Community Buzz, and we're going to take a short break as we recover from this very hearty discussion, you know. Thank you for staying with us.
Hi, I'm Carl Core. Join me Monday to Friday for Children of the Night. Let me keep your company playing your favorites on this station, Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Children of the Night. Cultural Mix, an exciting radio show, identifying and showcasing cultural diversity across the world through music, interviews, and lively discussions. Join Bev Moonchild on Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Cultural Mix, everything cultural. Tune in. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
You've got to give this. I'm standing 10 feet tall.
Are you struggling with loneliness? Feeling depressed? Are you searching for a purpose to live? Are you ready to tap into your inner greatness? Ready to soar to your full potential? Come and be inspired. Join me, Dr. Astra Mwendo, on Healing Moment inside Gospel and Soul every Wednesday, 6 p.m., where we will help you to understand your purpose. We will help you to find your wind. We'll show you how to open your wings and fly. Healing Moments, Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
It's who I got. Every word of worship. With one accord. Every praise.
Tuesday mornings on Fit FM. It's all about worship and praise. Hey, join me, the Reverend Junior Rutti, on Fit FM 96.7, 8:30 a.m. through 10 a.m. for Praise Up Tuesday, your mid-morning experience. Come with me every Tuesday as we send up the praises to our God on this station, Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Y'all got it now. Help us sing every praise.
Have you ever desired to experience rebirth in your body, mind, and soul? Then join me, your host, Pastor Chidale Smallwood, aka The Poetic Revolution, on Fit FM 96.7 every Tuesday evening at 6 inside Gospel and Soul for Rebirth, where redemption eventually brings into reality total healing. That is Rebirth on Fit FM 96.7 Gospel and Soul. Your life, your music.
Restoration Ministries presents Talk with Rev, with host Rev Rowan Dunn, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. on Fit FM 96.7. You can also join us on YouTube, Facebook at Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
I was lost, but now I'm found. Was bound, but now I'm free.
Have you ever desired to experience rebirth in your body, mind, and soul? Then join me, your host, Pastor Chidale Smallwood, aka The Poetic Revolution, on Fit FM 96.7 every Tuesday evening at 6 inside Gospel and Soul for Rebirth, where redemption eventually brings into reality total healing. That is Rebirth on Fit FM 96.7 Gospel and Soul. Your life, your music.
Mystic Saturdays. Come vibe with us every Saturday on Fit FM 96.7 Mystic Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. with host Vibes Master DJ Phil. Mystic Saturdays. News, views, interviews, and your request feature. Mystic Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Fit FM 96.7 www.fitfmja.com. Fit FM, your life, your music.
It's your girl Clover J. Join me weekday mornings, 7 to 11, inside Morning Connection, the spot that is jam-packed with features, information, and fun can't done. Come link up, play, and groove to the best music on the planet, right here on Fit FM 96.7. Trelawney's Radio, your life, your music.
Willis Williams, licensed electrician services. For all residential and commercial electrical wiring, repairs, maintenance, and more, call Willis Williams, licensed electrician services at 876-823-8271 or 358-1636. Willis Williams, licensed electrician services, located in Duncan's, Trelawney.
This up, we mean this. Yeah, so you come get your tablet. And all when you left and you have to come back. And me know you want to play one of them your laptop. Best of business, a serious business. We sell all electrical appliances. And all of your car accessories. Come and get stop, you know, no problem.
Best Apps Technology, Shop 25, Champion Plaza, Falmouth, Trelawney. Telephone 876-394-5484. Best Apps, we only deliver the best.
Cultural Mix, an exciting radio show, identifying and showcasing cultural diversity across the world through music, interviews, and lively discussions. Join Bev Moonchild on Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Cultural Mix, everything cultural. Tune in. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
You've got to give this. I'm standing 10 feet tall.
Yes, we're back. We're back here in the community buzz. But say, in that segment, do you realize we didn't even take a break? Couldn't take a break because between Patrick and Derek and the passion and the diplomacy, I guess we just had to have that one. I think though that in the development of, and you've heard me say this before, in the development of our civilization, there are some things that goes with it, and the preservation of history and heritage. I don't know how different those two terms are, but whether they are the same or two different, they're key to the maintenance of a good society. And so we would want to know that we can maintain our history with respect to 250 years of Falmouth, symbolized in that that water fountain in Water Square, Falmouth. That is why it's named Water Square, Falmouth, as well as 9.58 Usain Bolt new piece of history, current piece of history, you know. So we would love to know that we can sit at the table and work out a way in which both can be preserved. Now, we have not heard from the municipality. In all the talking, we have not heard from the municipality. Well, not in this forum, at least. And so we would want to hear what the municipality would have to say. Because if the municipality comes with the argument that the water square or the water fountain is not being destroyed, but added to, and can justify their argument, it will be another thing to consider. But as I said, anybody having shared concern in this, you can actually write to the municipality, directing your letters or your notes to His Worship the Mayor. On the other hand, as I will continue to say, the municipality is invited again, and we're going to do it formally to come on air here at Fit FM 96.7, Your Life, Your Music, to give their take on this or give us the real deal. Not no speculative deal, no, but to give us a deal on in relation to the mounting of the statue in Water Square. And I really would not like for us to have the unfortunate positioning that that people are fighting against Bolt, or people are fighting against the history of Water Square, when in fact that space is big enough to accommodate a whole lot more history than just the statue and the water fountain. You know, so it's not really that big a deal in terms of accommodating both. The other thing that we need to consider is that at the same time, you know, people need to be making a living, and if both are in the same area, little stands and shops as they are now can continue to also perhaps go into that area and make, you know, make life easier for people living in Falmouth. So as we move on, I want to just raise the matter of the building collapsing in Florida, and we say condolences there. Not one single Jamaican in that. Not that I wanted a Jamaican in there, but it's just ironic that such a building collapsed. And given that Jamaicans are everywhere, that there's not one Jamaican in that building, that might be saying something in and of itself about the building or the community. We had dealt with the idea of I think we have a caller. We're going to be having a discussion now. So Let us hear what is happening here. Huh? Oh, I tell you, we had an interview coming right on, which is with Mr. Jermaine Morris, otherwise known as Indian, the man with the crowd. You know, say Indian just all right. You know what? I'm going to give it to you, Indian. I'm going to have you tell the story. Are you there with us, Mr. Morris? Mr. Morris? Indian?
I'm hearing an echo. Hello?
You're hearing an echo. I don't know where the echo is coming from.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you. You with us?
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you, Mr. Morris. You're with us? Are you hearing us?
Hello?
I don't know what is happening. We are having a slight problem. You are you hearing me now, Mr. Morris? All right, let us just get that glitch sorted out, and we get back right. You hearing me, Mr. Morris? I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me? No, you're not hearing me. All right, we'll get back to you, Mr. Morris. So, as I was saying, that the business of kidnapping and stuff like that is not a crime that Jamaicans are necessarily in. We're becoming more used to those kind of crimes in other countries, but never Jamaica. Let us just try again with Mr. Morris. Mr. Morris, Jermaine?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Indian. We're good now. Sounds like we're good. So yeah, man, Indian, we're here at Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music, and in community buzz. We quarrel about how they just bad mind and thief your crab, come pull a raid and all of that kind of thing. And just a man I try to survive. I got into a quarrel with some of my Facebook friends because them start talk all kind of thing about environmental problems with catching out the crabs and all that kind of thing. And then all of a sudden now the next thing me know, boop, your crab them gone. Tell us your story. Tell us about you, where you're from, and tell us your story. Please, Jermaine.
I'm having a hard time hearing you,
Yeah, just all right. Just give us your background because we are hearing you clearly. We are hearing you clearly. Give us your background and tell us how you started your crab business and just a sense of what has happened over time.
I started it out after the first Trelawney Crab Fest. It was within that period when I started it. But it's something that I was doing for a while, but didn't take it seriously until after that.
Okay. All right. So what do you do? Well, first of all, tell us, where are you from? Are you from?
I'm from Westmoreland originally.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been in Trelawney for over 20 years now.
20 years. Okay. And you say you started after the first crab festival. What do you actually do? Because some people are saying that you're breeding crabs and some people are saying that you're raising crabs. What's the whole thing that you're doing?
Both.
Huh?
It's both.
Both. Tell us the process of breeding. How you breed crabs?
Well, you allow them to mate, and then after the female litter, then they grow. I don't know how else to put it.
So you actually have a pen in which you keep baby crabs?
I have 3 pens. I have a broad pen and I have a what we would call an in pen and an out pen. So there's 3 different pens because there's 3 different stages.
Mm-hmm. Is there a definite point at which point in time when them breed, or they breed all year round?
No, the mating season starts April through to the end of July.
Okay, to the end of July. And so you would have had some crabs for a year or more while you have new crabs that you catch.
I didn't hear what you said.
So you would have crabs that you are keeping for more than a year because you're growing them, and then you'd also have new crabs that you catch. Yes?
Yes, we do hunt.
Okay.
Because I cannot breed them to keep up with the demand because people don't like small crabs, and they only get so big within a year. So for you to get a full size crab to get as in what we call a giant, they're like 3 to 4 or 5 years.
3 to 4 or 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
So you've had crabs that you're growing for that long?
Yes, those were the ones that was stolen.
Those were the ones that were stolen. All right. Tell us about getting to the point where they were stolen now. So you have your crab pens. Do you live on your farm? Do you live on your farm?
Yes, I do.
So tell us how the stealing go, how the raid went, if you can.
I didn't hear you.
How did the stealing come about? How did the raid come about, if you can tell us?
How did the stealing come about?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually thief.
No, man. I mean, you're there on your farm. What did they do to get around the basic security that you would have had?
Well, there was no permit of fencing. And I do have a surveillance system up, but where the person walked, it's just a short. Basically, what I would say, they try their best to avoid the security system.
So, it would seem that that person know about your system then.
I don't know.
Were you ever able to get wind of any suspects in relation to the theft?
Any success, as in?
Were you able to get any idea of who came in and robbed you?
No, I'm waiting on the police to finish doing what they're doing.
Okay.
So I really cannot give us any information pertaining to that side of it.
Okay. All right. So we know that there has been a new development in terms of you trying to protect yourself now. Tell us about that.
What pre-labs had sponsored or donated?
Second, sir, I didn't hear that. What is the company doing for you?
Huh?
What is Pre-Lab doing for you?
Well, what they did, they gave me a system that something that I needed that I didn't even know that I needed, because normally whenever the temperature of the pen change, I would normally go out there and get the water and put it in there manually. But now they put in a system that I can do it from my cell phone.
Oh.
So the cell phone, the system send me a notification that the temperature of the pen needs the pen needs cooling down, basically. And if I'm not at home, I can even set it to turn on automatically. And so it does that automatically if I wish to, and I can do it manually from my phone, from anywhere in the world.
That is great. That is great. So are you finally back on track with your crab sales and everything like that now? Or how is the business
Well, my
going?
sales didn't fall, but yes, I am on track.
And in the meantime, you had young ones that you were raising in the meantime?
I didn't hear you.
You had a stock that you were raising in the meantime? A stock that
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do, and I still do.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you that the people here at Fit FM were very, very concerned about how your situation worked out, and the fact that people who are bad-minded enough to come in and to take your hard-earned business to try to turn it upside down. And we just want to congratulate you on being so innovative and really carrying out your farm as any farmer, good farmer would have done. And somehow we hope that this business can spread, not just stay here, but spread across the island so that, more people can be employed, and perhaps you can start a bigger company employing people to do the business for you. We want to thank you for coming to us, and we want to congratulate you on your business, and to thank Pre-Lab for reaching out and assisting you, sir.
Don't forget Ministry of Agriculture. They had jumped in also.
Okay. What did the ministry do?
Well, I know what they're doing is between them and Pre-Lab, so I don't know what arrangement they have, but I know that they are involved with the in the system that they put in.
Okay, all right, and so that we're thankful also to the Ministry of Agriculture for stepping in and to help to rebuild the business, so that, and perhaps by now you're getting bigger and better. Yes.
Well, it's something that I do daily.
Okay, sir. All right. Thanks once again for stopping in with us, Indian, Mr. Jermaine Morris. And we're just grateful that there are people like you who are out there thinking of how to earn an honest living rather than being anything else in society. Thank you again, sir, and congratulations.
And thank you. You're welcome.
All right, sir. Yeah, man, we take a break at this time and we come right back here on Fit FM 96.7. That was Mr. Jermaine Morris, crab farmer here in Trelawney, who lost all his crabs to thief after he was highlighted in the newspaper. And then at the end of it all, though, the story ends well because he got assistance coming in to rebuild and to set himself again, so that we're able now to thank the Ministry of Agriculture as well as Pre-Lab for their assistance to him. We take a break. We'll be right back.
Do you have home repairs or maybe renovation? How about a fresh coat of paint with a splash of customized color? Visit Carib Sales Hardware in Duncan's Trelawney and let us help you with everything you need for your home. You name it, we have it. Call us at 876-954-2220. Carib Sales Hardware. You name it, we have it.
Willis Williams, the licensed electrician services. For all residential and commercial electrical wiring, repairs, maintenance, and more, call Willis Williams, licensed electrician services, at 876-823-8271 or 358-1636. Willis Williams, licensed electrician services, located in Duncan's Trelawney.
At A Gentle Touch of Care Home Health Services, Duncan's Trelawney, we believe in person-centered care. We take pride in improving the health and quality of life of all our residents. Join me, Jody Marie Bihari, Monday mornings at 8 a.m. right here on Fit FM for A Gentle Approach to a Healthier You. That's 8 a.m. Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Willis Williams, the licensed electrician services. For all residential and commercial electrical wiring, repairs, maintenance, and more, call Willis Williams, licensed electrician services, at 876-823-8271 or 358-1636. Willis Williams, licensed electrician services, located in Duncan's Trelawney.
There is never a break from keeping fit and maintaining great health. Join me, Mr. Fitness, weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. on Fit FM 96.7 as we jumpstart your day with fun aerobics exercises to get your heart pumping and your body moving. Get fit. It's worth it. Fit FM 96.7. Trelawney's Radio. Your life, your music.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You're listening or you're into the community buzz. Yes, you're listening to some people watching because you're on Facebook and you're on YouTube. So some people are watching. Remember a story last week that we raised too about the rats in the Falmouth market? I had a conversation with the councillor for Falmouth and former mayor, Garth Wilkinson, and he assured me that some treatment was done in relation to the rats in Falmouth market. He wanted to, well, at some stage, we'll be talking to him a little bit more about some concerns of the Falmouth division, and it is going to include the market. It's going to include street lights and stuff like that. I'm hoping that I'll be able to have him here, God willing, next Monday. I will continue to pursue that. I know that he's willing. He has indicated his willingness, and so we're hoping to have him here come Monday next show, God willing, that is. Last week, we opened the homeless shelter. Well, we broke ground, rather, for the homeless shelter in Falmouth. And let me just try to give you a little bit of a background. Just right across from the police station or adjacent to the police station on Victoria Street, the homeless shelter lot was cleared and prepared, and it was right beside the feeding area, you know, that drop-in shelter where the homeless can come in and be fed. Actually took a tour of the drop-in center, and food is there. It's well equipped. The rooms look more like hotels than anything else. Just wonderful. And so this was one development that took place in Trelawney, which was a real big development, even though the building is small. Especially given that, well, let me not go there yet, but there is an extension to that now where there will be a homeless facility, a shelter, to facilitate homeless people on a more temporary basis than anything else, to try to get them back on their feet, to try to get them well, and to put them back into their own homes, into their own communities, and, you know, really back into society. That groundbreaking took place, as I said, someday last week, and it was attended by the Minister of Local Government. It was attended by the MP for South Trelawney, the custos of the parish, other dignitaries from the police and the municipality. His Worship, the Mayor, was also there. Councillor Garth Wilk. As a matter of fact, all the councillors were there, but the speakers were included, His Worship, the Mayor, and Councillor Garth Wilkinson. And it was a lovely function. We took all sorts of pictures and all of that, because after the official function was done and the minister concluded with his speech, we went right over to do the groundbreaking. This is a good development in Trelawney. As a matter of fact, the first one is going to be in Trelawney because the minister gave notice that there will be 8 more. And in addition to that, a fire station will be assigned to Upper Trelawney, and if my memory serves me correctly, in Albertown. So we're getting a lot of activities within the parish, and things are happening. At one stage, the the member of parliament for Trelawney, for South Trelawney, was being thankful that a homeless shelter was being constructed in South Trelawney. Lo and behold, it goes to the gist that everything goes south. Notwithstanding, though, we had a wonderful day and a wonderful time. Proper pictures were taken and all that kind of thing. Lo and behold, Gleaner article. Everything written up proper about the groundbreaking and the shelter opening. But then a picture of an event in Montego Bay. Maybe a lot of people wouldn't care about it, but frankly, I never liked it. I never liked it. I'm getting to be more parochial than ever right now. And I think that, Gleaner should I find a picture from the event and post it in the newspaper alongside the story. There were pictures of all the people doing the groundbreaking. There were pictures of the minister and the Speaker of the House together, the Member of Parliament for South Trelawney. And there were so many picturesque moments at the event that could have been used to highlight the story. But then a picture of Montego Bay was what was used. I really didn't like it, and I live for the day when Trelawney will come into its own in such a way that when we make headlines, we're not sharing it with anybody. We're making the headlines in positive ways, all right? In positive ways. And so I just want to still congratulate the municipality because the homeless shelter and the drop-in center are really monitored and ran by the municipality, what we normally call the parish council. So there you have it, some new developments, plus the fire station. We don't forget that. And a thing that I forgot is that I want to mention again, the road from Falmouth to D-side, we really need some repairs to that road. Badly need some repairs to that road, and we're looking forward to the repairs being done. Please, Member of Parliament, see what you can do, because what has happened is that a road has been repaired, constructed that goes through the district of Marthabury, and because the trucks are diverting to get better roads, this road is now being wrecked, totally wrecked, pure potholing on the road. And I believe that is because of the heavy-duty vehicles that are traveling that road when they should be traveling the main road at between Falmouth and D-side. So we're looking for some assistance. I tell you, for last year, I spent almost all of last year quarreling about that road. And then some fixing went on. We took it off the agenda, but now it has to be back on because the situation is that bad. We move now to Neighborhood Watch. Again, a story or an issue from last year. Crime is bad all the time, even if it is not in your area, because one loss of life anywhere due to crime or violence is a loss of life everywhere in Jamaica, because when it hits the headline, it says Jamaica, right? The village don't matter, the street don't matter, it hits the headline as Jamaica. And at one point when it was very, very bad again, because at all times it is bad, Community Buzz started a kind of a debate on this concern. And at some point, when we were asking that there be partnerships between government, community, individuals, and all of that, at one time when we were talking about all those stuff, Dr. Ash and I had a discussion here on Community Buzz, and I actually made a commitment that I would work alongside her. We would work together and work with other people interested and other organizations who are already there to see what we can do to play our part in relation to crime and violence. And remember now, the crimes that we're talking about was like the killing in Sherwood content, I think it was, of by the family of this Miss Geddes. We were talking about some killings in Upper Trelawney. We were talking about the killing at the church in Falmouth. All of those issues were coming on board, and it made the situation of community security quite topical. It remains topical. We have not left it. Having mentioned it, I mention again Mrs. Andrea Garwood, never to be forgotten, that fateful day. But Dr. Ash made good on her word, and yesterday had a general meeting of the Trelawney group of neighborhood watches. Well-attended meeting. I think the attendees, it was a Zoom meeting, and the number of attendees went up to about 37, 38. And I think that was well attended. Messages came from Upper Trelawney, messages came from various leaders in the group, and all of that. Messages came from the superintendent of police. There is an inspector, I think it is Inspector Brown, who was also present there with us. I don't want to rank him down, so I stand corrected and would be easily corrected if somebody should tell me his correct rank at this point in time. As usual, Sergeant Wallace was there, and the whole event was a very worthwhile one. There was a constable from the Community Security Services Division 2. So it was well attended, and we had let me just say good afternoon, Mrs. Slash, of Wakefield fame, of not Cedric Titus, Mushet High School fame, who was also there as a president and representative. She opened the meeting with prayer. The long and short of this is that 37 was good, or 36, whatever the number was, 38. But we need more. We need to begin to look carefully of our safety and security in the parish and in our communities. One of the things that was pointed out to us was that at this time last year, there was, 6 murders in Trelawney. This year was 4. Crime has been down for the most part, with the exception, I think, of rape. Again, I stand corrected, with the exception of rapes. But the truth of the matter is that 1 killing, 1 rape, 1 child abuse, 1 of anything negative is too much, and we must try to get it down. I also understand that with our crime rates being so low, we are the parish with the lowest crime rate in Jamaica. Again, good. But here's something I'm hearing, and it disturbs me. That there are some areas where we seek funds, some people from whom we seek funds, who tell us that the crime rate not high enough for us to get funds. Now I'm asking, what kind of argument that? Now that didn't come out in a meeting yesterday, but these are discussions that take place on the side. At what level crime has to be before we start addressing the issues? When I started this Community Buzz campaign in relation to crime, when I started it, the idea of criminal activity and taking the lives of others without any little humanity, for want of a better word. We had to fight against that. And that the government itself didn't seem at the time to me, I don't even know if my mind has changed, had a crime plan to deal with what was happening in Jamaica, notwithstanding the utterances. Yeah? And so I questioned the idea of dealing with crime on the front end of crime. I called it leading indicators. Leading indicators. And what we were doing to put in place to deal with some leading indicators with respect to crime. And leading indicators is like, the issue of whether kids are going to school or not, and whether or not they're engaged, and all of that kind of a thing. Leading indicators speaks to educating community towards the whole issue of crime and violence and how to do it. Those are leading things that you put in place before a crime actually occur. So now to hear the argument that Trelawney have enough crime, it kind of baffled me. It kind of did, in fact, baffle me. And so I am hoping that, whoever or whatever organization has that attitude, that we think again. Trelawney needs the support just like any other, because one of the things that we don't want to do is to make Trelawney, St. Mary, I think it is, and I don't know which was the other parish. We don't want those parishes to be targets for migration of criminals. So while we have a relatively good situation now, we want to maintain it. And we can't maintain it by not funding. So we need all the support that we can. Right? We need all the support that we can. I don't know, President Asha, if how we're going to approach it as a parish to make sure.
73 attendees, 37.
73? Okay, 70. Yes, I think when I looked at my WhatsApp screen, what I was seeing is that number. So that it went to 73. Cool, good. That is even better, but that's a big turnout. That's a major turnout, because I'm not so sure that we could have taken over 100. So it's a major turnout. But the fact of the matter is, as we try to participate, now 73 persons, perhaps 50 communities have reached out in Trelawney, have shown the interest. Back us up now, man. Can't tell us that crime no enough in a Trelawney. Back us up to maintain the program. So I'm saying to the powers that be, please talk to us. I know the issue of raising funds was put on the table. Easier said than done. And in a crime situation like the one we have in Jamaica, and the potential for crime in quiet parishes like Trelawney, yo man, on no need for spending money. On no need for spending money. No, but I wait till people start dead more. By the way, what is the ceiling that would cause you to be concerned enough to start spending? And the fact of the matter is that if we spend now, it is likely that we will spend less in maintaining than if we had to be responding, reacting. So whoever is having that line of thought, will come again for you. Will come again. That is that is just not good sense. That's the way I would put it. That is not good sense. So congratulations again to the Trelawney conglomerate of I nearly said trade unions. Congratulations to the conglomeration of neighborhood watches here in Trelawney. We hope to see the one over there in Florence Hall, I think it was, catching on. There are 2 or 3 more to be launched, if I recall from that meeting last evening. We hope that those catch on and be maintained. And those that are not active right now, I'm hoping to see activity. I don't know how we're going to build the cat in relation to some of those other communities that do have a neighborhood watch yet, but we have work to do. Important to this whole issue of neighborhood watches too is that we must include the youth. Anybody can cuss me if they want, but a bag of organization pack up with a bag of old people alone, nah go work out. Nah go work out. Nah go work out. So let us try our best in all our pomp and pride and gaining the accolades and the self-actualization and all of that that us adults would want to be doing. Make we not left out the youth. If we are to, I don't even want to say that because I don't even like it, but the participation in crime and violence in this country is not usually a 70-year-old man or woman for that matter. Make we include the youth them. We must. I want to take a short break now and I'm going to come back in a little bit for my weird questions because you know me not left my weird questions. I'm going to come back as we continue to wind down and to start with the weird questions. Thanks again, Dr. Ash and the executive of the Trelawney Neighborhood Watch Group. And I wish you every success. Fit FM is behind you all the way. As you know, our principal was not able to be there last night because a whole heap of work and a whole heap of tiredness and all that kind of thing. But Fit FM is actually a supporter of the Neighborhood Watch movement here in Trelawney and Jamaica as a whole. I'll be right back on the other end of these commercials.
At A Gentle Touch of Care Home Health Services, Duncan's Trelawney, we believe in person-centered care. We take pride in improving the health and quality of life of all our residents. Join me, Jody Marie Bihari, Monday mornings at 8 a.m. right here on Fit FM for A Gentle Approach to a Healthier You. That's 8 a.m. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Willis Williams, licensed electrician services. For all residential and commercial electrical wiring, repairs, maintenance, and more, call Willis Williams, licensed electrician services at 876-823-8271 or 358-1636. Willis Williams, licensed electrician services, located in Duncan's, Trelawney.
Restoration Ministries presents Talk with Rev, with host Rev Rowan Dunn, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. on Fit FM 96.7. You can also join us on YouTube, Facebook at Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
I was lost, but now I'm found. Was bound, but now I'm free.
Willis Williams, licensed electrician services. For all residential and commercial electrical wiring, repairs, maintenance, and more, call Willis Williams, licensed electrician services at 876-823-8271 or 358-1636. Willis Williams, licensed electrician services, located in Duncan's, Trelawney. Let's get our groove on. This and every Sunday with DJ Snow from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. inside the Sunday Groove. The Sunday Groove, playing new hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Are you struggling with loneliness? Feeling depressed? Are you searching for a purpose to live? Are you ready to tap into your inner greatness? Ready to soar to your full potential? Come and be inspired. Join me, Dr. Asha Mwendo, on Healing Moment inside Gospel and Soul every Wednesday, 6 p.m., where we will help you to understand your purpose. We will help you to find your wind. We'll show you how to open your wings and fly. Healing Moments, Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Hi there, I'm Julia Mika Benaya. Join me weekday evenings at 6 p.m. for Gospel and Soul, a program that gives you the very best in gospel music from Jamaica and around the world. That's Gospel and Soul, weekday evenings at 6 p.m. on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Yeah, man, we're right back. We're right back here on Fit FM 96.7, Your Life, Your Music. We're into the buzz with Ed Wallace. Ed Wallace, but God. But God. Into this section where I discuss the weird questions from all different angles. If you were listening for a few weeks now, you would have known what the weird questions are about. The 3 weird questions that God asked man, and the 1 weird question that Christ asked woman, which turned out to be a weird question for man too. You know? So the first question, as I keep repeating, is Adam, where art thou? Man, where are you? Then Cain, where is your brother? Man, where is your brother? Then Abraham, where is your wife? Man, where is your woman? Where is your sister? Where is your daughter? Yeah? Where are they? And then woman, where is your husband? Do you know where your husband's head is at? Do you know what he's thinking? Are you supporting? You know? Is he away from you and you don't know? Where is your husband? You know? So this week, I'm going to look at where are you? From the point of view of perhaps Job. Just to tell you that over the weekend, I was very depressed. I mean, for whatever reason, things not running correctly. And, things just weird. Things just weird. Pretty depressed. And pretty depressing, rather. And reached out to a couple of friends, had discussions with a couple of friends. And the thing is, none of them even realized, none of them recognized, because all of my friends, believe it or not, were talking about themselves and their own concerns. You know? And so I had to put myself again to motivate myself, to say to myself, well, it may be long, but not forever. But in my thoughts over the weekend, it came to Job. Job, yeah, remember that man there, Job? Job, perhaps it is not just my brother, but me. Job, in his depression and his travails and all them problem, 3 friends come look for him. Now remember them name right now. I read the book of Job about 8-9 times in its entirety. Come give him a check, to cheer him up. You ever tell somebody your story, something happened to you, and you tell your virgin or your sister or your friend your story, and as soon as you start, they butt in. I see him where the other day, this happened to me, and the whole story becomes about them. When you were trying to find a shoulder to lean on, this story is no more about you. They're perhaps so used to you taking care of them that they don't even believe that you need some care too. So I don't know. All of us must have experienced a situation like that. You start tell your story, it's a bad story, and by the time you start tell the story, the person you're telling the story to take it over. So I had to go to the hospital the other day. What was wrong with you? My belly just started hurt. My belly. I see him here the other day. So, so why you never? So why you never? So why you never do this? So why you never do that? So what? And it's all your fault, it would seem, for what's happening to you happening. Well, I tell you, I would dive for my Bible every time I meet any trouble, because if my Bible can't solve a problem, I go and dash it where nothing can. So Job came to me, and Job have 3 friends. And the three friends, without exception, either I tell Job, say, him not as good as him think, that's why it happened. I pontificate upon their own goodness, or in some way, just putting down Job. You see, when that start happening, the whole world against you, so it feel. Because these are your bosom friends now, seemingly turning on you to criticize and to tell you where you get wrong, where you went wrong, rather than being committed to holding you up, sharing one another's burden. Now, the fact of the matter is, to tell the God Almighty truth, them no know say that them a do. Them no know say that them a do. Which brings me to say that at all times, we have to be careful of our utterances, and we have to be careful of the needs of our friends and relatives when they need what they need. Life cannot be all about myself and what I would have done if I was you. It can't be about that. It can't be about that. And sometimes life cannot be continuously about the prayer book either. Yeah? No, man, pray, turn the roll 3 times, drop on the floor, roll 3 times, get up back and spin and say amen, and your problem will solve. That now go cut it either. Sometimes silence is even better than all of that. Yeah, I see where I got through. Ease yourself. Run a song, yeah, wall of vibes, and chill. So when you're actually, there are 2 questions I'm dealing with here. Where are you and where is your brother? So sometimes you have to get a sense of where is your, what do they need? Sometimes when people complain to you, I don't really advise they need sometimes they just need somebody to listen. Especially women. And women know it, men are fixers. If you give them a problem, present a problem to it, them will try to fix it. So qualify your argument before you start talk. If you know I hear nothing from nobody, just say, yo, may I show you this because of this, may I got you. Not that more want advice. Say it up front. Because we have a tendency to want to fix. Now I want to say at the same time, we know who are in the problem or the funk or the whatever. We have to understand that at times we have to stand our ground in terms of our own strength, leaning on God in the way that we see most fitting, not based on what somebody tell us. Because sometimes the rites and rituals what them ask we go through, and that's something what we want to go through. We just want to lie down and say, God, I hate this, we have a little problem here, so we have a big problem here, so why are you about it? And then invariably the answer will come back, because most of the answer what God give, is patience. Patience. Learn your lesson and be patient. It will work out. And as the book of Job would have it, we who are Christians, and perhaps even we are good, we who are predominantly or primarily good people. Let me not say Christians now. We who are primarily good people, because Job wasn't a Christian, he wasn't a Jew to the best of my understanding. We know how it works out in the end. That advantage we have. We know that if we have the patience, because we see it happen with Job, we know that we have an advantage over Job. Job never know what will happen, but yet he held the faith. We know have to continue as best as we can to hold the faith. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Can you hold the faith? Can you hold it? Yeah, I said to my community, in a community bus, thank you for listening to me this afternoon. Thank you for staying with us. Thanks to our guests, Derek and Mr. Beckford. Thanks to Mr. Morris Crabman Indian for coming on and sharing his story. And we want to thank everybody who listened. Thanks to Dr. Asher, who didn't call today, but prepared the ground for some of the work that I did this evening with respect to neighborhood watches. Thanks for everybody who participated, contributed to the show. And thanks also to my miserable producer who is sitting right in front of it. God willing, we will see you next week. Hold the faith, hold the faith, hold the faith. All right.